Are there any rules of communication that one should follow or know for stuff in bed, especially because you hear so much about people writing to you? Is there anything that you would want to pass on to people, that how to go about communication?
So, people don't actually realize we talk about the word communication again, like the word seduction. It's kind of lost its relevance because it's used so often. In the 64 skills of the Kama Sutra, along with learning foreign languages and all the rest of it, one of the skills is Shayan Rachanam, which is the art of making the bed. And again, this gets translated as, beautify it, put crochet bed covers on it and things. It's not. It's basically where you learned how to make the bed. This was the woman, depending on how you were feeling that day. So you communicated to your partner whether you were feeling happy, angry, or indifferent in how you made the bed. So when they came in, they saw how you were feeling. It was nonverbal communication. If you're feeling angry with them, you've said it over there. They know how to approach you. If you have to actually say it in words, you can imagine the fight that would occur. And so they understood how to approach you. But then I discovered, like I said, with the Kama Sutra, it's like unpeeling the onion layer by layer, that the word shayan is not just the Sanskrit word for bed. It is also a technical term in Sanskrit grammar, which means finding the perfect word for the perfect emotion. So if this is how you're feeling, finding a way to describe it in the perfect way. Communication is everything. It is literally the one thing that we lack. Because the moment one of us gets angry, the first thing you do is you kind of mutter, you get resentful, you shut down. It's very hard. Talking to somebody about what you feel half the time is not received very well on both sides because the other person gets defensive. It is one of the most difficult things to do. It's such an easy word. What I have started to say to people is, especially with newer relationships, set a rule maybe once a week, maybe once a month, and actually do almost like a review of the month. I loved when you did this. I didn't like when you did this. Literally do that as a review and you create your little boundary for, okay, when we have this conversation, we're not going to get angry. We're not going to do this or that. You need to do that. It's your only way of making sure that that channel of communication stays. So many people, you get angry, you then talk to somebody else about it, you get used to talking to another best friend or whatever. You never go back to that person to tell them that this happened. That thing just multiplies. It's a downhill process from there. It's a really easy word. It's the most difficult thing to do. It all boils down to communication. Everything. Whether it's going well or not, it all boils down to communication. So, have a review session as opposed to, if you can't, nonverbal communication, unless both of you understand totally, like we were saying with Pan, using, everybody had to know what that Pan vocabulary meant. Or there was, the other thing that they would use is condiments from the kitchen. So, if you sent Zira, it meant this. If you sent Haldi, it meant, you know what I mean? Like everything had its, if I put mirchi in your chai, you'll know I'm angry with you. You know what I mean? But just actually learn to use words because we're all babies when it comes to communication. We're really not good.